Tommy Hickey, owner of the Perfect Day Surf Shop and the new Irish surfing coach. Firstly, I ask him how he got into surfing.
My surfing history goes back a long time. I started surfing 36 years ago here in Strandhill when I was working as a lifeguard. I worked for 7 summer seasons as a lifeguard here. During one of those summers in those early days, some travelling surfers were passing through and gave us an opportunity to use their equipment, and as they say, the rest is history. Our surf school is in existence almost 8 years. The shop was an afterthought when the school was developed. We decided that rather than sending people elsewhere to buy their surf equipment once we had taught them how to surf, that we would in fact try and retail ourselves. So the shop is entering its 4th summer, and it is becoming well established, well known, and providing the surfers with the equipment that they need in Strandhill.
Had you any involvement with the Irish surfing team before becoming coach?
I just had an involvement with the surf school I had. I was coaching within the school, and I have a history of coaching in other sports. The Surfing Association approached me because our school was running well and saw my coaching ability, I think, and it gave me the opportunity to work with the national squad.
How does it feel to be the coach of the Irish surfing team?
It's something that I am very, very honoured to be in this position, that somebody in my stage of my sporting career, retired from other active sports, to get an opportunity to work with the elite athletes in any sport, and particularly surfing, which is a love of mine. As I say, it's an honour that I cherish to be working with these people. What I have brought, I think, and hope to continue to bring is focus, self-belief for the surfers, increase in technical ability and competition awareness, and just generally, we have the conditions in Ireland, we have the surfers in Ireland, we just need to channel them in the right direction and give them the opportunity to compete.
Since you started surfing, have there been many developments in Strandhill regarding surfing and the surf club?
There have been huge developments, mainly in the last 5 years or so. As I'm sure you're aware, surfing as a sport has boomed in Ireland. We are led to believe by the surfing industry, mainly in Great Britain where we follow, that we're still about 5 years behind them numbers-wise, participation numbers-wise. Developments would be the whole structure of the Irish Surfing Association, the number of clubs that have grown around the country, the infrastructure, the availability of schools where people can learn to surf in a structured, safe environment. Locally in Strandhill we have our own actual surf club building that the club members use, allowing them to change in from the elements and have showers and so on. Huge developments. I mean, surfing is booming, particularly in Strandhill. The amount of commitment you give to your sport is entirely up to yourself. The competitive surfers who are up at the top of their level literally dedicate virtually their life. They live surfing. They train, they surf, they work to surf and travel. From a recreational point of view, it's fun. You come and surf and enjoy it for the love of surfing. You don't have to give it that much commitment.
I then went to meet Roy Kilfeather, chairman of the Strandhill Surf Club. When did the surf club first start, Roy?
In the early 70s, it would have been set up here in Strandhill. There would have been no club at that stage. It would have been a prefab or changing in cars in those early days. Mostly set up by local people who were living here, who probably had travelled away to Australia or maybe California, came back with the idea, bought their first surfboards, possibly in England, and started surfing in Strandhill, and it has developed from there.
How many surfers are in the club?
It varies. We would have the competitive surfers, which would be a hardcore of approximately 12, and then the other surfers will be the recreational and family members, and that could go from 60 to 80 people. So it's a good strong club, and we're always looking for new members, naturally enough.
Do any of the members take part in overseas competitions?
Yeah, this club has been predominantly supplying all the junior members for the Irish surfing team, and we've had a great tradition of both bodyboarders and surfers representing Ireland at junior level, and a lot of them have gone on to represent Ireland at senior level. The biggest achievement would be Andrew Feather, who achieved the bronze medal at the Europeans, which were held in Jersey there in 2002. He subsequently has gone on to be a carded athlete through the Irish Sports Council. He's done exceptionally well.
Could you explain the benefits of the surfing industry to the local community?
It has a knock-on effect, both from a leisurely point of view. You would have it has a knock-on effect for accommodation, for the local surf shop, for our club here having the facilities, and it gives a good profile with the restrictions on swimming at Strandhill. It's marvellous that surfing is still considered a safe sport here and is covered under the bylaws of Sligo County Council, and long may it continue.
How are you getting on?
How's it going there, David?
Thanks for coming along here today. When did you guys get into surfing?
I suppose I was about 13, 14 maybe. One of my mates at home used to surf, so he just took me out with him one day and never looked back.
What was the thing that really hooked you into the sport?
Well, surfing's not like any other sport really, you know, it's totally dependent on the waves and the weather, and it's different every time you go out. And I think you find there's only a certain type of people that surf really, you know. Everyone who surfs, you meet an awful lot of people through it, you know. If they're from different countries or travelling through, if you want to travel, it's a great sport to have. Like.
When did you first come to Strandhill to surf?
It was probably in a competition there about 4 or 5 years ago, where Podgy came second in the under-16s and I came fourth. Yeah, it was about that. Strandhill has got to be one of the best places to go surfing because
the whole northwest along here is good waves. Like.
Another thing, like Strandhill would always it'd pick up nearly every swell.
Right.
You know, it'd pick up northern swell, southern swell, and it's always really consistent. Wouldn't it be, Podge? It's great. Like.
So how appealing is Strandhill for surfing?
It's pretty good, alright. It's good. I mean, you can park right beside the beach. You can just walk down and head surfing, and it's got all the amenities for it. Nice pub here just round the corner.
Yeah, it's great to come out of the water and just come in then for a couple of nice refreshing pints. Where do you go wrong, like?
Yeah, Strandhill is pretty good. Surf up in Bundoran or down further Mayo, Whiskey. The whole northwest coast is pretty good for surfing. Like it's the best spot in Ireland definitely for it. There's no waves really anywhere else. Kerry, Cork maybe, but the northwest definitely the best spot in Ireland anyway for surfing.
What are the waves usually like up here in Strandhill?
I suppose it varies. In the winter it can be big. It goes flat a lot of the time in the summer for weeks on end, like, and then come September, October, it's always consistent enough. Like.
How much commitment is involved in surfing?
Well, there'd be a lot of commitment, wouldn't there? You would have to. It means getting into icy cold wetsuits during the winter. If you're really that dedicated, you hang your wetsuit over in the line, and you wake up in the morning and it's frozen ice solid, and you're there with a hairdryer trying to, loosen it up, and you're pulling up the wetsuit. Then the crack yourself. Like it's just you head down and you get into icy cold waters. But then once you're out there, after about 15 minutes, you warm up and you're catching some, especially on a good day out surfing.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than coming in and just like getting out of your wetsuit and you're just like, oh, so glad I done that, because it just refreshes you completely, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of times you'd have to get up to suit the tides. Like you might have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning when the surf's going to be good. It mightn't be any surf for the rest of the day. Like.
Is there any particular memory of your days in Strandhill that stands out?
The women.
Yeah, that's not a plus point for Strandhill.
First time you also got drunk. Nah, but when we were cubs, remember, we were 12 years of age, one of the first times. We came down anyway, and
we were just in a competition and just, I don't think we got anywhere, it was an open competition, but we just entered it and had a bit of fun anyway, and you know, it was just good to be here. Like, I love Strandhill, it's a class wee spot, like, to go.
Is there one way of explaining why surfing is so important to you?
Oh Jesus, surfing is wild, like, it's everything really, isn't it? Whenever, sometimes you'd think you'd be lost if you didn't have surfing, because it's just so good, you know, when you go out into the water.
Yeah, it's
If you have problems, like,
you can't really explain it. You got to go out surfing and come back in, and it just feels great.
Whenever you're really like pissed off about something or that, you know, you go out surfing and you take all your energy out on all the waves, like, and you just come in and you just think, oh man, it's great, like, and it's just, you can't beat it, like, it's pure stress relief, unbelievable, like, you gotta try it, you gotta do it, like.
Breeze flows behind the wasp. Some get stung, it's worth the cost. I'd love to stay.
To me, surfing is a way of life. It has been the love of my life, apart from my wife, of course.
Lift my soul down by the sea. I lost control here, living free. I lift my soul down by the sea.
It's just such a wonderful sport, exhilarating, free, with natural resources on our doorstep. That's, I think, why it's so popular with everybody.